Back to Everyday Kentucky. This next interview is perfect for any history buff.
Craig Nelson joins us this morning to tell us more about his most recent book on World War II. V is for Victory, Franklin Roosevelt's American Resolution and the Triumph of World War II. Welcome to the show, Craig. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm so glad to be with you.
Well, we know Memorial Day is this weekend, so it seems a little bit fitting that we're talking about this. Tell us about your books.
This book is about one of the great moments in American history when the American people rose up from the Great Depression, and they were isolated, they were fearful, they were at each other's throats with political fighting, but they put all that aside to rise up and defeat the greatest evil in the history of mankind, Adolf Hitler.
And we know the great story that came after that too. So and we see where we are today. So you've been writing this book and doing the research about it. What made you want to kind of hone in on World War II?
Well, this is my third World War II book. Actually, I wrote about the Doolittle Raid, which is the beginnings of the United States Air Force, and I wrote about Pearl Harbor, the beginnings of the United States modern army. And I wanted to write a book about the men and women who stayed at home and were enormous force of our blue-collar workers who made everything that we needed to fight the war. And that was the secret weapon that won World War II, our men and women who worked to make the ships and boats and tanks and trucks that led us to victory.
Craig, what's your interest in history? Where'd that come from?
Well, I really love two things about it. I love showing people, reminding people of how far we've come. You know, for example, there's one story in the book to explain how the depths of the Depression. And it's that a little girl is at school and she starts crying and crying. And her teacher says, "What's wrong, honey?" And she says, "I'm so hungry, I can't even listen to you. All I can think about is food." And the teacher says, "It's okay, honey, you can go home and get something to eat." And the little girl says, "I can't, it's my sister's turn to eat." So to imagine this is what life in America was like at one point and where we are today, I think it's a heartwarming and encouraging thing to know.
It is, you know, with food banks and things now, you know, out there to really help. That things have changed so much since back then. Now, here's a question for you. How can people get a hold of your book?
It's available everywhere. It's brand new. It just came out on Tuesday. And if you have any trouble, you can go to my website, which is craignelson.us. And there are buttons, and you just click a button and it shows up at your door.
All right, Craig, incredible work. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you, Kentucky, and shout out from my sister-in-law who has friends watching. Hello from KK.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig. Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.